This thing is amazing. One of the things I could not do with my clients, because I'm curing, physician heal thyself, right? So to work on myself, I then work on all my clients. And all of these really expensive machines that I have it'll tune up your whole body. Okay, it will balance everything out, but it did not get rid of pain like the way that this Denas PCM 6 does. So here I have my friend client, with these pads, because I'm showing off. I'm
Right.
saying, yeah, look at what Coach Jimmy taught me. And so I'm just putting it on just to make her feel just to feel the effect of it, just to kind of relax a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
She is running. I'm running this for maybe about 10 minutes. We're just yapping about stuff. And then next thing you know, I'm just watching her move her fingers like this. And I didn't know why she was doing that. And then she said, I haven't been able to do this for 6 months. This has been too painful. I could only maybe bend it this far and all my other fingers could crunch in.
Right.
But now I can go all the way down. And she was shocked. She was going, whoa, what is this device? I said, this is the most amazing thing I've ever run into.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, listen, Claudia, I really appreciate our friendship and working with you. And we're just at the very beginning. Okay. Just like I mentioned the other day, how does a mouse eat 5 pounds of cheese? One bite at a time. Okay. It's really hard to absorb, just like the 300-page book that you've got there. A lot of it is in medical jargon.
Yes.
And then it was Russian words that were converted into English, and sometimes they're not converted properly. So that way, just like, with other languages, if you don't have a medical transcriber that knows the medical terminology, then it's you don't understand what the words mean. No.
Yeah.
And it's really, if you know the basics and then how to put it together, it's really more application than it is a method to the madness, because if you don't use the machine, you're never going to get results,
Yeah. Yeah. I am, you definitely make the experience with the PCM 6 one of basically fearless, just exploring, right? Just go for it, because one of the most significant things you were saying was that you can't really hurt yourself with it. Now, I was glad that you did talk about, if you have tumors and stuff, because it does give the warning in the book, and because I'm kind of, thing about cancer tumors and stuff.
Right.
And basically, you're giving the frequency of the one to not use, if right? And the ones to help, work on the rest of the body to tune it back up. Really nice.
Yep. Excellent. Well, I appreciate you being out there in Hawaii, and and you've been we've been getting calls from people, and we're messengers. Okay, that's all we can do is share. It's up to others if they want to have the ears to hear, and I've done health and wellness expos, and you'll see somebody walking down the aisle and they're on a walker, and every step you can see them grimace with pain, and they come over here and let me help you, and I don't have pain. And I was like, you look like you got 1 foot in the grave. How many opiates are you on? And he's like, well, and so they walk on by. I said, well, listen, come back later if you want to, and I'll help you out. And so a couple hours after them walking around on concrete, they come back and they sit down, and, feeling is believing, just like you said with your friend, the patient with the hand. It's all of the cells, ligaments, joints, tendons, everything that's in the body. If they're low on energy, if they don't have the energy, then that's where your inflammation starts. The cells start to attack other cells to try to rob the energy from them. And then you go downhill real quick. So the first objective is to try to put out the fire, and then try to use the frequencies that are going to help repair and restore the cellular or the tissue, and then we're going to use another frequency to increase the blood flow to that area. And that way, through the blood flow, you've got oxygen going there, ATP production, and it will help the body build new cells and pretty much overcome the health issues or the pain that they have.